Blessings in these troubled times. Look, my name is Mr. B. This is my first YouTube video. I want y'all to show me some love. If you can, hit that subscribe button. Give me some likes. Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Listen, today we're going to make some sticky buns. I'm going to keep it real simple, but it's a complicated recipe with a surprise ingredient. I think you're really going to be surprised at this ingredient. In fact, I think I'm going to tell you what the surprise ingredient is. Potatoes. Have you ever heard of potatoes and sticky buns? Man, we're gonna make it happen today in Mr. B's world. All right, y'all, we back. Let's get to mixing this thing up. I'm excited. I'm gonna start off with our warm water. Now this water is not real warm, so I'm gonna have to put it in the microwave. You wanna microwave it until it's hard for you to keep your finger in there for more than 10 seconds. Now, that's gonna be too hot to activate the yeast, but we're gonna cool it down with the milk. So you'll understand what I'm saying in a minute. So let's get this mic'd up. Waving that, we're gonna get our milk ready. We're gonna get our yeast ready. Then we're gonna activate all of this right here in this bowl. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this attachment off. Water is microwaving. I'm gonna cover it up. Once I get the yeast in here and get it mixed up, you wanna cover your yeast and let it rise. So let's use some plain old paper towels. But then again, some of y'all may not wanna use paper towels. Paper towels kind of hard to come by these days. Or you can cover with some saran wrap if you want. This water right here, woo! That thing hot. That thing is hot. Now, this is not cold milk, this is room temperature milk. So I'm gonna put my pretty much scalding hot water in there, about half of it. Then we're gonna put half of the milk in there. Now I should be able to put my finger down in here. Yeah, that's perfect. Stir it up a little bit. Yeah, I need to take it out. So your temperature of your water should be, it shouldn't be over 120 degrees. Should be somewhere between 110. If you're over 120, you're gonna end up killing your yeast. But if it's not over 100 degrees, you won't activate it. So you need to get activated. Remember, I got my yeast. This is the fast acting yeast, but it has a little bit of sugar in it. Remember that. Put a little sugar in it. I'm just gonna use the same whisk that we're gonna whisk it up with anyway. Just gonna whisk that up. That doesn't have to be perfect, but just make sure it's well incorporated. Now, we're gonna cover it up. Just like I said, you can use a towel, you can use whatever you need to cover it up. While that's covered up, we're gonna get our dry ingredients going. Real simple, we're just gonna dump all these ingredients in here. We got our flour, and probably 7.5 cups. I got about 1.5 cups of sugar, probably about 3/4 cups of that powdered milk, give it that malt taste. We got 1/2 pack of that vanilla. Now I'm using vanilla, you can use whatever flavor you like. Instant pudding mix. Now I got probably about 1 teaspoon of salt. You can add more, you can add less, depending on your taste. Teaspoon you can't go wrong with. And like I said, I probably could use a little more because it's a big batch. In fact, I think I will. Let me add another 1/2 teaspoon. Bam! That's another 1/2 teaspoon right there. Just trust me on that. Trust me on that. I got pinch. Work with what you got. See, that's one thing about me. I'm gonna show y'all how to work with what you got. Work it, girl, work it. I didn't say twerk it, I said work it. And you see that's incorporated pretty good. And I'm ready. So we're gonna put that out the way. Now we're gonna take the rest of that milk. We're gonna take the rest of that water. We're gonna mix that up. And this is what I'm gonna do. We got our eggs that are room temperature. We're gonna just break those eggs right in here. Now I'm gonna tell y'all from the gate, I'm a messy cook. Some of y'all gonna be talking about me. Some of y'all, look, he made a mess. I should look. I feel like this. If you in the kitchen, you ain't making a mess, you ain't cooking. I guess I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit. I'm trying to do better. Pray for me. Get your little fork. And just beat those eggs. Basically, just breaking the yolks. That's all you're doing, breaking the yolks. Just like that. This yolk don't want to get broke for some reason. There we go. You should have some yellow milk right there. Want to take our butter, a stick of our butter. Anytime you're doing pastries, sticky buns, cinnamon rolls, you want to go ahead and melt your butter and put it into your mix. But you want this to be a little more richer. So you want that fat inside of you though. Let's get this in the microwave. Now my wife would probably be in here yelling at me saying, did you cover that butter before you put it in the microwave? No, I didn't cover it. I feel like this. If you're in the kitchen, you ain't making a mess, you ain't cooking. I ain't tell y'all not to clean it up afterwards now. Make sure you clean, you mess up afterwards. But it's okay to make a mess. That means you're cooking good. All right, now let's look at our yeast. Now it's only been probably about 2 or 3 minutes, but y'all just see a little difference. Yeah. You can see how the yeast is starting to foam up. See, it's starting to get a little foam. Look at that right there. Look at it. See that? It should be starting to rise. Already our yeast is activated. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's put our mashed potatoes in there first. This is our mashed potatoes that have the yellow food coloring in them. Hopefully it gives our sticky buns that little yellow tint, that little store-bought look. And our milk mixture, I probably won't use ours. There's a little bit of it out. We also want to put our butter in there. Now, this is just me. I'll put a squirt of olive oil in there. We'll put about a cup. We're gonna put our whisk back on there. We're gonna lock her down, put her on one. Just incorporate all that in. And we're not gonna use the whisk the whole time. We're gonna put our dough hook on. But right now we want to use the whisk because we want all that incorporated in there real good. See, I might have flour all over my nose, all over my face, for it's all over. That's how you cooking. You ain't messy, you ain't cooking. Put a little more flour in here. You don't want it to look like dough. You want it to just start to get a little sticky. Half of it that's left. Put our dough hook on there. Yeah, you already see I'm messy. Don't worry, because we're going to roll out this dough anyway. Put our dough hook on, put it on low. And let it get all up in there. Let it get all up in there. Let it marinate. Let it marinate. You're gonna start it off slow. It's just like you dancing. When you get on the dance floor, you don't wear yourself out. You start off slow with a two-step, you know, side to side, side to side. It's time to add about another cup of our mixture. We're gonna turn it off, unlock it. Pretty sure I'm gonna need some more flour. Like I said, I'm making dough for an army, y'all. So this right here is the party mix. This is if you want to invite some folks over. We already know we got the corona going on and you can't really invite people over, but I'm almost sure I'm gonna need some more flour. Positive. I need it. Time you rolling out dough, hey, you one of these, man. It's gonna scrape it up off the counter. It's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. Okay, we good. Let me show you all the value of this scraper. See, you can take this scraper and you can scrape off all of your ingredients. I don't believe that half of your ingredients should stay on your dishes and you wash it down the sink. You work hard for these ingredients. These ingredients are supposed to go in the pan, onto your plate, into your stomach, not down the sink. So let me show y'all how useful this is gonna be. We're gonna save this bowl because we're gonna put it back in this bowl and let it rise. Show y'all how useful this is. There's still a little bit of flour down here, but that's okay. Now we're gonna just start dumping our dough right out in it. Just let it take your scraper. See that scraper? Man, that scraper, I'm telling you. Won't he do it? That scraper, woo! That scraper get it done. That's what Larry Cable Guy said, get her done. All right, now let's get this dough going. It's gonna be sticky. That's all right, that's all right. It's gonna be sticky, but that's all right. Get a little flour in your hands. You ain't messy, you ain't cooking. You ain't messy, you ain't cooking. That's passionate cooking right there. And you just want to start kneading your dough. See, I can see that. I can feel them potatoes in there, man. I'm telling you, it's a little bit heavy, but it's real light. It's a real light and fluffy. It's like a rich dough. You can feel your dough and tell if it's gonna be rich or not. A little trick, y'all. Get your little bowl full of water. Your dough from sticking to you. See? It ain't sticking to you. See how I can work with it? I'm gonna teach y'all a lot of these tricks, man. I'm telling you. See, it's gonna stick to the counter a little bit. See, I told you this thing gonna come in handy. Did I tell y'all that? Put a little bit of water in here. Now we want to get it in our bowl. Now I'm gonna put me a little bit of olive oil down in my bowl. This is gonna keep it from sticking to the bowl. Like that. I'm gonna put a little olive oil on top of it. I'm gonna tell you why I do that. Just put it right over that bowl, just like that. Over that bowl. I'll probably need 2 pieces. A little towel. Just cover that up. This is what this dough look like after it's done risen. You see it coming all out the side of the bowl. I'm gonna punch that down. Punch it down. Right in the middle of it. See? Middle of it. Just use the middle of it. Punch it right down. See that? Punch it right on down. Now see it coming all out the side. See, that's why we put that oil. You see how it ain't sticking? Oh. I can't find my rolling pin, y'all. Nita! Where's my rolling pin, babe? Husbands, y'all know your wife take your stuff, you have it in the same place for 20 years, and they get an idea to just move it, don't tell you about it. That's where I'm at right now. That's my life every day. We got the rolling pin. This rolling pin was my grandmother's rolling pin. This is a pretty, or don't look like it, but it's a pretty old rolling pin, y'all. Now you're gonna spread your flour out a little bit. Let's make these sticky buns. This out, guys. You wanna roll it out in the shape of a rectangle, just like I just said. Try to get it as close to a rectangle as you can. You wanna go the long way. You want it to be longer than wider. You want it to be longer. So you want it to have length to it. I'm gonna show you why. You want to get it down to about a 1/4 inch thick. Man, you see them bubbles and stuff in there. That's gonna make it good. I want your margarine to soft. Just spread you some margarine. You know what? See a little lump here. Dump your cinnamon in there. Remember, that's about 2 cups of brown sugar. We might not use it all. We might use it all. Put you some cinnamon in there. That's about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Just want to mix all that in good. You know what? Get that fork. We're going to use our hand. You're going to use your hand. Mix all that in there. Now, if you want more cinnamon, you can add more cinnamon. Some people like a lot of cinnamon. Listen, we're just going to sprinkle it evenly over here. Now, once you get all that spread out, this is what you want to do. You want to grab the edges. So grab the edges. My daughter always talking about her edges. As even as you can. Listen, it ain't got to be perfect. Try to get it as even as you possibly can. See, I'm getting little lumps here. And if it's kind of lumpy up top, just kind of take your hand and work your way down. You know, and then keep rolling. Up and over. Stretch this side up and over. Now you just want to roll it back until it's on top of that edge. Then you want to try to just try to get it nice and even. Nice and even. There we go. Now, you want to get you a huge, nice sharp. I'm glad I ain't cut myself on camera, y'all. It's nice sharp. Now these, because they're real huge, we're gonna do them rather thin. Cut it in the middle, right there. Cut it in half. Just start sectioning this off. Sectioning this off. We're gonna try to get them as even as possible. Look, we're gonna get this little bit of caramel topping together. So I'm gonna give y'all all the ingredients. We're gonna dump everything in the pot, then we're gonna put it over in the stove, and I'm gonna let y'all see it cooking. But let's put all the ingredients in the pot right now. 2 cups of brown sugar. Throw that in the pot. Now each stick of butter is a 1/2 cup. So you wanna put you about a cup of butter in there, because you wanna put 2 sticks of that butter. You want it butter. You want to have that good buttery taste. I would put about a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, light corn syrup, because we ain't got that. I'm going to use just maple syrup. So I'm going to put maybe about, I put your condensed milk in there. Now I like using that pink Himalayan salt. It's better for you. About a 1/2 teaspoon. A little bit before we get it over to the stove. Just a little bit. Now we're gonna take it over to the stove. There you go. That's a good tablespoon right there. Stir it in and you'll smell the caramel. It's already rising, as y'all can see, they're rising. So I gotta work fast to get this caramel stuff done. While we waiting on that, I'm gonna take a box of raisins. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You can just put it right in the pan. Heat up with my nuts. Now I'm making 2 batches, so I'm only gonna use half these nuts. Some people don't like nuts. I use about half this bag. My raisins and my nuts up. This is one of them pans that the cafeteria ladies had. caramel mixture. Now, usually if you're making real caramel, you're gonna want to have to let it sit on there, let it boil a little bit on a slow boil. Since it's going in the oven anyway, it's gonna finish cooking in there. Just pour this right over your nuts.
It is your boyfriend on the beat.
See, my sticky buns have already started to rise, which is something we didn't want. Start putting them right down in there. Big as these jokers is, you might be only able to get 2 of them. Might have to put it this way. Long way. Just like that. We're gonna let these sit over there on top of the stove. Listen guys, we're about to put these bad boys into the oven. You're gonna take your wrap off, put them on the top shelf, scoot them right in that oven, push them all the way to the back. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Well guys, these are fresh out of the oven. Man, y'all can smell them right about now. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put these on the counter, find you a nice cool place, by a windowsill, somewhere like that. You know where my mom used to cool those apple and cherry pies and sweet potato pies. You don't wanna flip it right now because it's gonna drip everywhere. So you wanna let it set up just a little bit. All of that caramel and nuts and all that on the bottom, let it set up about 10 minutes. Then we're gonna flip it out. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. We'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, this is the finished product. Not as pretty as I wanted it to be. But let me just show y'all how tender the actual, I want y'all to see how tender and moist that section just looks. I'll show it to y'all. Just look at that. So we're just gonna get some of that with all the caramel and the raisins and the pecans. We're just gonna scoop that on up to the old pie hole. Guys, put that potato in there, I'm telling you. That potato makes all the difference in your dough. And the caramel, just look at it, look at it, just spongy. Light. Fluffy, moist, not too sweet. It really ain't too sweet. I thought it'd be a whole lot sweeter than this. Pecans and your raisins on top. If you want it pretty, you can put a piece of mint on it, whatever like that. I'm going for flavor. Y'all, this is my rendition of sticky buns. Try it. If you like it, comment, let me know. The recipe was a success. Listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making it. Hopefully you'll be able to get to see my family a little bit more, and my friends, and my special person who actually started me with this YouTube page, who is my niece. I mean, she has wonderful content on there. Go check her out and support her for supporting me. Listen, if you guys want to support me, which I know you are because you're looking at this video, listen, I want you to make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you can view it, but you don't show me love unless you put your thumb on that subscribe button. Because you know what? We're better together. And I want y'all to stay prayed up during this time. You hear me? I'm out. Love y'all.